Hey guys, Ludicrous here with Achievement Guide for High on Life. This one is for A Starfish is Born. This is getting Globo to rise to fame and then eventually appear on the TVs at the very end of the game. This achievement took me 4 playthroughs to get working, but I've now perfected the unlock method. So if you follow this guide step by step, you should also unlock A Starfish is Born. Firstly, we want to defeat our first bounty, which of course is Ninetog in the slums. Once she's been defeated, you'll be told to return home. Obviously, this takes you back through Blim City on your way back. On the left-hand side, before you reach your house, you will find Globo and his partner or friend. What we want to do here is just exhaust all dialogue options so there's nothing else to interact with. Once exhausted, then you can just return to your home and hand in the bounty. Once home, we can then safely move on to our second bounty and complete that. In this case, I defeated Douglas as my second bounty after Ninetog. Head home and hand that one in. Once the bounty's handed in, you'll have a quick dialogue with Jean and Lizzie. Your quest in the top left hand corner will also Lizzie Returns, giving you the option to start your next bounty or explore the worlds. What we want to do here is then head on out into Blim City before starting our third bounty. Once we head outside, you'll see that Globo and his friend is still sat there in the doorway. Just ignore them for now. What we're going to go and do is get the drum from Mr. Keep's pawn shop. So if you head to the left of them here, up this stairwell on the right hand side and into Mr. Keep's pawn shop. Once inside the pawn shop, you will find the drum on the right hand side on the counter. Buy that for 78 pesos and then head back to Globo and give it to him as a gift. There'll be a few thank yous from Globo's partner. Just listen to those and then we're safe to move on to our third bounty.
Oh my god, you found the kid a drum, right? Is this for him? Can he have it?
Yeah, here, it's yours. Enjoy.
Oh, thank you so much. He is so excited and grateful. He's not gonna let you down. This was a good use of your time. Thank you so much.
Well, what do you know? Fuck it, that fucker's pretty good.
Defeat your third bounty, then hand that in. In this case for me, it was then Krubis. Once you've handed your third bounty in, Jean will then ask you to go and order your jetpack. On your way over to Mr. Keep's pawn shop, you will notice that Globo has now created quite a crowd with his drum. This is a good indication that Globo's story is progressing and the achievement is currently going to plan. Here I exhausted all dialogue options with Globo's friend before proceeding with the story. Now with the jetpack in hand, we can then move on to our fourth bounty. Mine was Dr. Giblets. Defeat him and then head home and hand that one in. Before accepting our fifth bounty, we just want to head out and see what the situation is with Globo. Once you get over here, you will notice that Globo is now gone, but his friend is still there. This is a good opportunity to exhaust all dialogue options with Globo's friend. Gives you a little bit of backstory and tells you that he's moved on to bigger things. Once you've exhausted all dialogue options, you can then move on to your fifth bounty. We now want to complete our fifth bounty to progress Globo's story a little further. Once we've handed in the fifth bounty, this will trigger the Blim City invasion questline where we have to head over to the slums. Just before that, I'm just going to head over to see what Globo's doing. His friend has now disappeared and he has posters all over the city instead. Once we have completed Blim City invasion, we are then safe to move on and defeat Nipulon. Once you've defeated and handed in the Nipulon bounty, you'll get the final preparations questline. After a brief conversation with both Lizzie and Jean, you'll be given the option to proceed to the last bounty or explore the worlds further. What we want to do here is ask for a little more time and then head over to Blim City and see how Globo's getting on. So fire up the Bounty 5000, warp over to Blim City, and then as you spawn into Blim City, we want to head forward and bear right. So we're heading towards the seating area that appears to be some sort of cafe with all the TVs around the outside. And if we're lucky enough, this should now show Globo on the screen and after watching him for a couple of seconds, the achievement should pop. Apologies it's taken me so long to get this achievement guide out. This one's been very hit and miss, a lot of trial and error, but I finally cracked down what the issue was. It's all down to the timing of when you hand in the drum. If you hand it in too early, Global will just freeze and he won't progress his storyline. If you hand it in too late, you run out of bounties and you don't progress right through to the TV screen section. So if you follow this guide step by step, you should get this achievement. I hope you found this video guide useful. As always, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.
VH1 behind the music special, probably.